Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Faulkner, and welcome to Village Core, where we live our mission, which is connect, share, learn, and build intergenerational connections for mutual learning. This is a place where youth tech minds and senior wisdom can join forces in order to bring you meetings like this. Today, we'll be talking about MyPlate, which is a calorie counter and also a way for you to track what you're eating on a day-to-day basis. This comes from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and is also USDA approved. Um, so here we have MyPlate and how it's set up. If we click up here, we can see MyPlate. We can explore myplate.gov and see exactly what we should be eating on a daily basis. So here we have different dietary guidelines for Americans for 2022 and 2025. And here we can explore different parts, such as the different fruits we should be eating, how much fruit is recommended on a day-to-day basis, like 1 cup of fruit, half a cup of dried fruit, or 1 cup of 100% fruit juice, and other things like that. We also have things like the different types of grains we should eat in order to stay healthy. So 1 slice of bread, 1 cup of ready-to-eat cereal, 1/2 cup of cooked rice, cooked pasta, or cereal, and other things like that. You can also read up more on the nutrients that comes from the grains that you eat, like about the carbohydrates, the dietary fibers, the vitamin Bs, the minerals, and other things like that that all come from different types of grains that you are eating on a day-to-day basis. We can also see we can shop simple with My Plate, where we can shop different foods that we might want to eat that are healthy and within our budget. There's also My Plate on Alexa, so if you want to ask Alexa what you should be eating on a day-to-day basis, you can find it here. And then you can start simple with the My Plate app, where you can track everything that you are eating and make sure that you are getting the proper meal into your body. So going back here, we have the same for vegetables, protein, and dairy, all on myplate.gov. So if we explore MyPlate here, we can see everything we need to learn. We can see the MyPlate messages, such as everything we should be eating. We can see making every bite count and how my plan can create the right plan for you based off of what your age is and what your preferences are. You can also add the widget to post more to post more and other things like that. So if we start the My Plate plan, we can select what the age range I'm in to see what I'm eating. So let's say that I'm 18, I am male. My weight is around 185. We can select height, which is 5'11". And then we can also select how much physical activity that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. Since I played tennis every single day, I get more than 60 minutes a day of physical exercise. And so we can calculate my food plan and what I should be eating. Seeing as we have now my new number that I should be eating, I should be eating within the target range of roughly 3,200 calories per day to maintain my weight and to maintain steady muscle growth. So I can eat this in a variety of ways. I could eat this in the form of the different fruits that I eat, the different grains, the vegetables, the protein, and as well as the dairy that I'm eating. We can also view the home page, which we're currently on. We can make every bite count. We can once again start that quiz again. So if I want to take this My Plate quiz, what is my plate? We can skip this part. If I don't want to add my name in, I can say that what are my top 3 goals? I want to increase my energy, reduce my stress, and also to maintain to feel better about myself. Let's say I want those goals. Which of the following are preventing you from eating healthy? Um, let's say it takes too much time. It's not very convenient for me to eat healthy, or others in the house don't want to eat healthy like me. We can continue on by saying how familiar are with my plate. You can say not too familiar, somewhat familiar, very familiar, or not familiar at all. So I'm not too familiar with it. Let's say, is this your first time using myplate.gov? Since it's not my first time, I can say no. And now let's take a look into the different groups that you're eating. So I actually absolutely love fruit and I will eat it very often, 6 days out of the week or more. Same with vegetables. I will eat those a lot. I will often eat my dark green vegetables occasionally, red or orange occasionally. I will eat my beans and peas and lentils occasionally. I will eat my bread occasionally. I will consume whole grains occasionally. Same with fish. I don't necessarily like fish or protein or anything like that, but I do like protein, but I don't necessarily consume fish, but I do consume other forms of meat and eggs. We can also see seafood. I barely consume seafood, which is basically once per week. We can see other protein foods. I consume these occasionally. Things like dairy, I consume often. 1% or 0% dairy free. And then we can go through and we can select these all. And what would you like to learn more about? So we can look at healthy snack ideas, healthy eating on budget, meal planning, food preparation, and other things like that. So if we continue here, which would you be interested in learning about? More sodium, salt, saturated fats, or added sugars? So let's say I want to learn more about added sugars. Then we'll select that I'm not a robot, and we will continue on further with this MyPlate quiz. So as we can see here, fruits, I'm doing great. Let's see about vegetables. Looking to improve. So it basically says that you are my plate all-star. So as we can see here, we have a beginner, rookie, apprentice, pro, all-star, and then Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer is where you're eating all these consistently and maintaining a healthy diet weight. And then we can also save my results and look back at them to see how far I progressed throughout my journey. So dairy, I'm doing great. Fruits, I'm doing great. Um, my grains, my vegetables, my grains, and my protein foods are kind of lacking. And so I need to get those up as well, in order to maintain my healthy diet weight and all that other good stuff. So if we want to do that, we can see, we can look at how to eat healthy with all the different fruits, vegetables, the food groups that we should be eating from. We can also see life stages, like let's say somebody in my family is pregnant or breastfeeding. I could give them recommendations on the type of foods they should be eating. But let's say young adults. Since I am a young adult, let's say I should be eating different types of fruits, different types of vegetables. There's different cooking 101 tips, basics on cooking from Purdue, Utah State, and there's NC State University and then foodsafety.gov in order to give me reliable tips on what I should be eating. I can also ask Alexa what is in my food, like saying, Alexa, enable the MyPlate skill, where Alexa will tell you exactly how many calories you should be eating and what should be going into your food while you eat. There's also resource. So if you're somebody who's an older adult as well, we can look at the older adults and we can also look at their unique needs, nutrition tips, being active, My Plate on Alexa, resources, and tip sheet on how to stay healthy while also being older and staying active. So this creates kind of a great way for you to see what you should be eating and what you should be monitoring throughout your day-to-day life. We can also see resources like we have tools, the MyPlate tip sheet, printed material, graphics, videos, things that are in Spanish. So if you don't necessarily, if English isn't your first language, there are opportunities for you to learn in Spanish, also opportunities for you to learn in multiple languages. And then there's also partner resources where you'll get more professional help from those partner resources. We can also talk to different professionals about this if we have any concerns. If we're looking for if we're looking for any professionals in order to create a dietary plan for us, we can look for that. You can partner with them, or you can see the national strategic partners that partner with MyPlate in order to make sure that everything is good and ready to go for what you're eating. There's also the MyPlate Kitchen. So if you're looking to have a healthy diet of what you're eating, there's the MyPlate Kitchen where you can discover new recipes that allow you to kind of eat within those healthy food groups and maintain what food you're eating, as well as keeping costs relatively low in order to make sure that you are being fed the right food at the right times. So we have things like two-step chicken here, where this two-step chicken makes around 4 servings. It's fairly low in cost. They give you the ingredients that you should be eating, and then also the directions, the notes, and the nutrition facts that go behind everything. So with all this and more, you can see what protein food groups you're eating, and then you can write a review. In order to see what other people say about this, like how a user said that they would use less sodium. A lot of people are saying that using less sodium, and then another user is saying, "My family loves this. I put it in the crock pot and added carrots, yummy served on brown rice." So you can customize it and mix and match it any way that you want that fits your needs in order to make sure that you are getting the proper food inside of your body. There's also different programs that you can have. So you can look at the MyPlate courses and all that sort of thing. There's also nutrition focus. So food groups like eating more seafood, which I should be doing. We can see things like big fish, Cancun fish, citrus salmon fillet, citrus tuna melt, and other things like that. We can also see cooking equipment, like let's say I have an oven, let's say I have a microwave, a stove, all that good stuff. We can specify exactly what we should be eating using MyPlate, using all these sorts of things and more. And also we can also have some treats in there, banana berry muffins in order to make sure that we're still having something sweet, but also still something relatively healthy. If you want any cuisine from any type of country, like let's say you want American food, which would be things like apple corn chili, other things like that. Let's say you want Asian food, um, Hispanic food, and other things like that. You can find all those and more. Or let's say you want to keep it relatively low cost and within your budget in order to eat all these different things. So here we have things like an avocado melon breakfast smoothie. We have apple wedges with pumpkin and almond butter and other things in order to maintain you in that healthy food diet. There's the recipes section, which we're currently on. You can also save different recipes if you're interested about it. You can also make a cookbook out of the different recipes that you have and the recipes that you've saved. You can also look at different recipe videos on how to make all these foods and more and what their nutritional value brings to you. So here we have the platform where you can view it on, which is YouTube, and we can look at the MyPlate kitchen recipes and all the videos that they post. Moving back here, where was it? Here. So moving back here, we have recipe resources where we can see where they got their recipes from and also getting fresh recipes and more in order to stay healthy. So if you want to find recipes that are fresh and other things like that, we can look at the Get Fresh Cooking here where you can look at all the different recipes and more that are all fresh from the store that you can make and you can prepare and get ready to eat. There's also the USDA cookbooks that they have produced themselves in order to tell Americans what food they should be eating, like the Harvest Cookbook with USDA foods, which is the different types of harvest foods and all that and more. So if we click on this, we can see harvest recipe with USDA foods. So if we scroll down here, we can look at a giant table of contents of both breakfast, bread, soups, side dishes, main dishes, and other things like that. And then as well, we can get an introduction to what the meals will be and how beneficial they are to your different diets and different needs that you are accommodated to. So we can see all this and more. We can see the different foods broken down into categories by alphabet, and what you will be eating, and other such things as that. And here we can see everything listed out and ready to go. We can also see the quick tips. We can see the dry beans, breakfast, all that good stuff through a massive PDF. So if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily like having to look online at all the different recipes, you can go ahead and print this out and have it right there in your kitchen for you in order to make a healthy and happy meal ready to go. Also, if you're concerned about any COVID-19 If you're concerned about any questions that you may have, you can visit their About Us section, or you can ask the U.S. Department of Agriculture. You can contact them, and then you can also visit the U.S. Department of Agriculture.gov. Um, but here are just some of the tips on eating healthy. If you want to explore this more, the link is myplate.gov, where you can learn about all the dietary needs that you need in your life and to make sure that you are fitting in within your diet and what you should be eating with the MyPlate app and also with the website in order to make sure that you are staying happy and healthy and that you are not overeating or you're not undereating. So other than that, I have nothing really else to add. We want to thank you all for connecting, sharing, and learning. You'll be able to find a recording of this session on our website, villagecore.org, or you'll be able to find, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can catch up on past videos and also learn more from future videos that we post online. So thank you very much for watching, and that is it.